Hi guys, Alex Filvet is here. So today I decided to record video about my approach, like how I work on my modeling, concepting, and why I decided to record this video today, just because right now you can see it's kind of like futuristic crane and it is first version. And here is second version. And maybe you didn't notice, but the difference is in bevels. And it's very important, but I don't know how, but somehow I forgot about it. Yeah, still you can see that I did some bevels like on these elements, but I completely forgot about the rest of the crane. So that's why I decided to record this like reminder for myself, and maybe for other people it will be also useful as well. So let's just go step by step. So you decided to create your own 3D model. What you should do at first you should find your proportions. Like, what do you want to create? If you want to create a crane, at first you should find some references. Like what kind of crane, what will be the silhouette of this crane. The same with characters. So let's switch to examples. So here you can see that I uploaded to my scene like a humanoid, like a human mesh from ZBrush, and then I just scaled and I moved my pieces in that way that my robot should have the same proportions as this like human. After that, actually no, not after that, I also want to show you another example, because right now I am doing this crane. And this crane is from the game Gears of War 5. And let me show you the scene that I am doing right now. I really like this game. I played this game like several times. I think it's one of the best cooperative games. And right now I'm doing this crane. But I decided to do it in my own way because it's not necessary to do it in the same way. It's just fan art, right? And at first I did a block out, and I didn't like this like transform from like cylinder to rectangular form. It looks a little bit like it's difficult for me to understand how it attached to each other. So that's why I decided to do it in a different way. And again, I took these elements, they looks more complicated than this one, but I didn't take it just from my imagination. I found a reference, of course, at first. So here is the reference. I took an idea, proportions from this mechanism, from this thing. I don't know what is it, to be honest. And I did the same. So here you can see that this element is like way more complicated than original crane. And every piece, actually, I took it from like a lot of references, like hydraulic cylinders, like some pipes. Maybe I can even find them here. I'm not sure. Oh, maybe it's a different file. Maybe it's even here. Yeah, so you can see that this element, I took like some screws, bolts, and so on, hydraulic cylinder, and so on. And when you took some references, it makes your work feels way more like it's higher quality. Because even I don't know what is it, but like somehow you can feel that it's something like that exists in real life. And you can understand it, like at least how we can detach it, how we can replace some elements, right? If we want to fix, for example, if it was broken. So yeah, I told you about blockout. Yeah, at first proportions. We should find our proportions. Then we should do blockout. You can see, right, it's a very rough version. Then you should do modeling. And on this step, just don't forget about bevels, because they are really important. And you can see them like and here, and the same I did with my crane here. So I added bevels literally everywhere. So on our next step, when we're gonna bake our object, you don't need to go back and check anything else. Like I did a mistake, right? On this example, I forgot about bevels. It's really necessary. And yeah, after that, you can unwrap your model and do like triangulation and then bake. And then do texturing and rendering. But you should not forget about these steps. They are very straightforward, but just keep them in mind. And additionally, don't forget when you do concepting, don't put a lot of tiny pieces. Like here, you can see that this robot is a good example that we have a lot of like negative space. What does it mean? That it's very like flat, simple areas where your eye can just have a rest, right? But at the same time, you have some tiny interesting elements like this eye or like these screws and so on. So you should look for it. It should be a mess, right? Just imagine that on this robot, everywhere will be like all these like tiny screws, cameras, some other details, and in that case, you just don't know where you should focus. Like it will be hard for your eye just to catch interesting elements because everything is like over detail, like a lot of tiny details, and you just don't know where you should look. And the same I was trying to do with this crane. Like here you can see that this object is very complicated, but at the same time I was keeping these elements very simple, like they're just flat. So here your eye can have a rest, but here you can catch some interesting elements. Yeah, for today, I think that's all. I just wanted to share like these important steps. So in future, you don't need to do that. Like if you will know about it and you will not do these mistakes, and you shouldn't go back after retopology. Like I already was doing unwrapping, but then I realized that actually like one cool artist, he gave me feedback like, oh, you forgot about bells. Like, oh my God, really? How could I forget about it? That's why I decided to record this video. So I think it's useful for you guys. At least it's useful for me. So it's like a reminder for me for the future. Yeah. So have a good day. Bye.